If he pushes you, just push him back. I don't care what the teacher says. If you get in trouble, just have the school call me. What'll I do? Well, I'll march right over there and push your teacher. How about that? No, wait. Don't tell your mother. Don't. Janice. No, I'm not advocating violence. I just think the kid should stand up for himself. Would you put him back on, please? Hey, Bub. Hey, listen, there's just one thing I want you to keep in mind. All this stuff in school, this who's popular and who's not, in the grand scheme of things, none of it really matters. I know that's hard to believe, but it's true. Can I call you tomorrow? Okay. Hey, I love you. Bye. You're the only one who understands me.
I thought Carpenter was doing the autopsy.
Yeah, well, it seems Carpenter has a cold, and since she's the only medical person cleared to deal with anything alien-related, I now have to take care of everything myself.
Find out anything?
You know what? Your protocol should have said we get 2 of everything. 2 doctors, 2 engineers, 2 mathematicians. Then we could work in shifts.
Next time. Did you find out anything?
Yeah, they were both infected.
And the tubes?
Manning was having their blood drained. As far as I can tell, these men were on empty long before Kavanaugh found them.
They're creating infectees and harvesting their blood.
It's the main ingredient in alien fertilizer. They could be using it to contaminate more food.
So they actually kill off their own to further their agenda.
We do it all the time. You ever hear of a little place called Iraq? Now, if they are trying to spread the infection through food, they're doing it on a large scale. I found traces of insecticide in their tissues. These men were farm workers.
If they're shipping out infected crops to the general public?
We're screwed. His blood is showing higher levels of uracil. It's a sign the body's gearing up for the mutation process.
But it hasn't started.
Not yet, although we've never run across anyone this far along who came back.
And we still don't know how it happened. I mean, did he eat something like Sergeant Adams? Or is it part of the same outbreak?
I can't tell. The test for infected food ingestion can only be done post-mortem. Molly, there's a chance we're looking at the next phase of the infection he got from the video of the alien signal.
I know. Kavanaugh or I could be next. Do we know any more about what Adams ate?
I haven't found a smoking gun yet, but apparently he was a stereotypical bachelor. Majority of his food came from packages or cans, and we're looking for fresh produce.
We're also going to need a test to determine whether the infection comes from food poisoning or from the signal.
I'll tell you what, I'll get right on that just as soon as I finish checking on Lucas, studying the data on Sergeant Adams, doing autopsies, and creating dental plates for the occasional head of lettuce. Incidentally, let me point out that genetically modified vegetables are a little outside my area of expertise.
Well, I've already taken care of that. Per my protocols, and you're whining, we're adding another member to the red team.
Whoa, wait. Another doctor? In my lab?
Her name is Dal.
Obviously, this is one of the alien experiments that didn't work out.
Are there others?
Yeah, we found a few with human hairs, one with the beginnings of an eye near the middle.
They're light years ahead of us.
What, in the race to grow teeth in lettuce?
No, more like hearts, livers, bone marrow. This is the holy grail.
You can't be serious. Human DNA and plant DNA?
We already insert human protein into bananas to grow edible vaccines against hepatitis B. It's only a matter of time before we piggyback our genes onto plants and grow replacement parts. I'd like to study this in my spare time.
You're not going to have spare time to play Frankenstein's gardener. We need to develop a test for alien food poisoning.
All right. From what I've read, the modified lettuce was created by one of the infected crewmen.
Yeah, Sontag. He created a fertilizer by mixing his blood with an enzyme. Apparently, the enzyme unzipped the 3rd strand in his DNA and attached it to the DNA of the lettuce.
When someone eats it, do they show traces of the enzyme in their system?
It breaks down too quickly.
Excuse me. So, if the enzyme acts as an adapter, then anyone who ingests the food should carry the alien strand that was modified by Sontag's DNA.
So if we can identify the genetic marker in the Sontag strand...
That would be your test.
Oh, pretty and smart. I think we're going to be very happy we met.
Actually, we've already met.
I'm sure I'd remember.
I was 10 years old. My mom was a student of yours.
Really?
You hit on her, too. Where's the restroom? I keep getting lost in this place.
It's around the circular hall.
Thanks.
Yeah. 48 hours. This brilliant kid is not going to be human anymore. He'll spend God knows how many years, maybe the rest of his life, locked in a cage being fed through a little slot. And all because of your almighty protocols.
For a minute there, Doctor. I thought you were going to blame yourself. That's not really your style, is it?
Blame myself. First Hatton, then Adams, now Lucas. We're all going to die here or turn into one of those things. Has it occurred to you that your plan isn't working?
You want out. I got it. You have made that abundantly clear. Right now, you do what you can for Lucas. And then we'll talk about getting your replacement.
What's going on?
Young man who mutated. This was all the food in the house. Why don't you pull up a microscope? We'll check out the lettuce. I think that's the obvious place to begin.
Speaking of lettuce, I want to show you something. This is from Sontag's garden, right?
Yeah?
About 2 weeks old. So crunchy.
You out of your mind?
Well, no, it's okay. You could eat all of this, and except for gagging on the odd body part, you'd be okay.
What are you saying? That this is unstable?
Lettuce chromosomes. They're chock full of retrotransposons. They're like jumping genes. They go back and forth between...
Yeah, I know what they are.
Right. Sorry. Anyway, once the enzyme breaks down, the Sontag strand can't hang on to the DNA. It becomes inert. So everyone who was infected by lettuce had to have eaten it within the last few hours of its being picked.
So where do we begin?
Well, we can rule out lettuce, wheat, and corn right off the bat.
Because... Right.
It's getting worse, isn't it?
I'm afraid so.
Dr. Fenway has an idea. It's extremely risky, but I think you should hear it.
Whatever it is, yes. It's kind of a no-brainer, right?
Lucas, I want to expose you to the alien signal.
Great.
You've resisted mutation so far because of your low-level infection from the signal. If we give you a controlled burst, there's a chance your body could completely reject the Sontag strand.
Lucas, we don't have much time.
I want to base the strength and modulation on some of your research.
I sure as hell hope I didn't make any mistakes. How are you translating my data?
He's using a calculator.
Where have you been?
Channel 5's running a Twilight Zone marathon. So what's going on around here? Anything interesting?
You know. Same old, same old.
I've isolated his frequencies. What about running a wave pattern in opposition to his theta output?
Hey. Thanks for coming down.
Ready when you are.
On my count, if anybody doesn't want to be here, now's the time to go. In 3.
Good luck.
2. Now.